simple example. We have discussed one example, and now I wanted to tell you in the real time in the Java JRE runtime environment, the couple of predefined libraries where they have also did the same thing actually. If I take a simple example, string s equals to hello world. Okay, I wanted to find the substring from the given string. Substring from the given string. So usually what we will have is s dot substring of. If you see, I have two methods. Okay. In the string class itself, I have two methods. So I will show you that also. How you can see long press and control and go to the implementation. So it will open the string class which they have implemented. Here return type of the method is string same and substring is the method name. And here what they are passing is begin index. Only one value they are passing. Inline parameter, only one value that they are passing. Now I will call some another method. So basically the goal of the substring is to get me a substring from the given string. Both will return the same thing. Implementation is different. So now when I click here, it will not call the method which we have seen earlier, that the line number, and this is different. So here you can see 2702. Here it's asking for two inline parameters. Here implementation will be different. So this is one of the best example. So this is one example. If I have some different methods with the same, I will try to see. And replace should have this thing. I will see. Replace. I have a predefined method where I can pass the characters as an inline parameter, where I can pass the sequence as an inline parameter. Here I can pass the object, second case, first case I can pass the character. Both will do the replacing the existing character, but the implementation, if you see, those are different. So this is expecting the character, and the second one is expecting the different predefined library. You're getting? So that is a real-time example actually. So when they ask, if you explain like this, there will be no chance of asking a different question on top of it. Okay. Second example, the first example that we have discussed is, and you can go through these videos, and if you wanted to understand something in depth, and you can ask me in the next class, for sure I will repeat those things. Okay. Example 2 is it is from JRE and predefined class string. And the method is substring or replace. Okay, this is also best example for the method overloading. Now the second thing that we are discussing is method overriding. So what is method overriding is, this can be implemented within the two classes.
So overloading can happen within the class and also in different class, right?
No, that is within the class. Method overloading within the class. Method overriding within the two classes. One in a single class, we cannot do that. Minimum two classes or more than two classes. And what is this one? Same method name and same inline parameters, and implementation is different. So implementation is different. So how this will be and why this will be is, basically I have one function that was already exist. Assume we have the passport number, okay, or else
Mm.
visa number that we are passing, and I wanted to get my visa status and what is the details that I wanted to fetch. So here the method or function is get visa details. Okay,
Mm.
so where I'm passing the inline parameter as string passport number, but implementation is different. If you have been approved for the business visa, the validation and the way of visa will be different. But
Mm.
inline parameter that you are passing remains same. You are passing passport only. If you're
Mm.
applying for H1B visa also, inline parameter you are getting same. The details
Mm.
will be different. And if you're applying for H4, then the input remains passport number and the implementation will be different.
Different.
So
O-
here, so we are overriding with the existing functionality basically. See, basically earlier in USA, there is concept of ARP members. Actually, the people who is having more than 60 years, usually
Mm.
they will get the ARP membership, American Association of Retired Employee Related Stuff. Actually, it is.
Mm.
See, that is a 16 digit or 15 digit number. So when they have enrolled and that time they have the different kind of benefits. Now they have the more benefits. Insurance companies is giving the discounts when they have the ARP membership. The details they will get or benefits that they will get or implementation will be getting is different, but input they are feeding to the specific applications remain same, that is ARP member. Okay, so this will
Okay.
be the best examples actually. Why we have to do this actually? When we have the frequent requirement in the market actually, so whatever the existing functions that we have, that we wanted to scrap it and we wanted to remove, and when we wanted to add this, instead of touching that code and manipulating in the specific one, we are adding the method in the subclass which will help us to do the override.
All right. Yeah.
So clear?
Yeah. Yes.
So this is a method overriding basically, which can be achieved within the within the two classes, and a method name and inline parameters are different and implementation will be different. The best example is get visa details and by
Mm.
providing the input as a passport number. So this will be the best example. And in the two classes, if you extending that method, it will be overriding with the existing method. Here, couple of questions they will ask you is what is the compile time polymorphism and what is the runtime polymorphism? Which one is the best example for the compile time polymorphism and which one is the best example for the runtime polymorphism? Here, a couple of things that you have to understand is this class is extends the text class. Okay, so now I have a method called public void add method it is. So int, or else I can print some contents, hello super class, and this demo class extends the text, and here I don't have any method time being. I have the main method present here. Okay,
Mm.
now I'm creating object for demo. Object equals to new demo. Object don't method I'm calling add method. Okay, now see, one thing that you have to understand here is I'm calling the add method, but I don't have the add method present in the demo class. But I'm
Yeah.
calling the add method. Until runtime, I don't know what method has to be called. You're
Right.
getting my point?
Yeah.
Don't know the behavior, what is going to be executed. Since I know the
Mm.
Java, I know what method is to be called. Assume if you don't know Java, by seeing
Mm.
this context, you don't know what will be the behavior of the code that you have written.
Right.
When you cannot understand the behavior during the compile time, that is called the best example for runtime polymorphism. Okay, so that will be the best example. Assume
Mm.
when I run this, that will be called, and when I have the same method present in the subclass, I'm creating the object remains same. I'm not touching anything. I'm just writing here subclass.
Mm.
So this behavior you will understand after the runtime execution. After only you can understand what is going to happen. So this subclass content is
Okay.
executing. It is overriding.
Mm.
And here couple of things will be there actually. What if I have the text and I have created object text object 1 equals to new text. It is clearly stating that this will be calling the add method which is present in the text. Why? Because here that nothing, we haven't used any overriding concept. We cannot
Mm.
say we are getting confused because we clearly knows that you created object for that class. If that class is having add method only, it will
Oh.
execute. If you don't have the add method, it will not execute. It is very clear. So this is a second way of calling them actually. And this is not example for runtime polymorphism. And the next option we have is the text object 2 equals to new demo. Here again you are getting the reference of superclass and you are calling the objective. Here you don't
Mm.
again. Why? Because you are using two classes on which reference. As a Java developer, I know what is called, but you will not understand the behavior of this object during the compile time. You will
Mm.
understand the behavior during the runtime. Again, this will be the best example for the runtime polymorphism.
Runtime.
Clear?
Mm. Yeah.
The next thing is they will create object like this format. Okay, and they will tell you that demo object equals to new text. They will create object like this and they will ask what will be the outputs actually. In this time you have to tell that it will gives the compile time error.
Compiled.
It is the subclass trying to get the superclass access. That is not at all possible. You cannot make a reference. Okay,
Mm.
so
Yeah.
this is a key point. There's four things they will ask actually. They will create the object and they will ask for the output actually.
Mm. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
most commonly asked question it is. So this one I can say sub because I wanted to make a note. So if we can say demo, you will not understand. Super and super and super and sub, and sub should not be the super. This is not possible. This is compiled error. You got it?
Modified.
So this
Yeah.
is Something they will ask in interviews: runtime polymorphism, compile time polymorphism. How we can decide is, if you understand the behavior of the code that we have written during the compilation, that is called the compile time polymorphism. If
Mm,
you not understand the behavior of the specific method that you have written, then that will be the runtime polymorphism. Remain same, overriding will be the best example. Overloading not at all example for the runtime polymorphism.
mm,
Overloading always best example for the compile time polymorphism. Runtime polymorphism will be having in overriding only. You're clear?
mm. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
Yes.
okay, so
Mm.
that's fine.